What's going on, guys? I'm Combat Craig. Happy Monday morning. This live stream is how to fix your VA claim. I'm not accredited. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I just kind of been around the system for a year and a half and paying attention. So get professional help if you need it. And this is a good example of why you should get professional help. If you have a question, type the letter Q so I can see it when I'm going back through the chat after I go through this. And then if you want your question answered, send me a super chat. So I caught this one. Somebody sent this to me. And it's a good example of a lot of conditions getting filed. And there's a lot of problems with it. So let me just hop over to the screen share instead of explaining it. So I'll just scroll through this, and this is not unique to anybody. I had a claim; it wasn't this bad, but I've had stuff like this. I've seen stuff like this. You guys have told me you've had stuff like this. So let's look at this stuff. So I've redacted out a part, and I didn't look at this claim. I didn't review the medical evidence. There's a lot of pieces that I don't have. So this is lots of speculation. But if you're in a situation like this and it's like, wow, my VA claim's all screwed up, I need to fix it. This is how you should look at it, at least the first part of it. So this decision letter, I don't have the date when it came back. It's on here. So benefit information here. We made a decision about your benefits. Service connection for sleep apnea, denied. Anxiety, denied. Back strain, denied. Penile condition, denied. Shoulder dislocation with repair, denied. Testicular condition, denied. Tinnitus, granted. 10% effective, November 25th, 2019. So got 10. Does this look familiar? This sounds like a jackass VSO. Throw it up against the wall, and I'll stop right there. If this guy filled out his own claim, he should just literally go punch himself in the face and give himself he should punch himself in the face. If it's a VSO, that VSO needs to be fired and bitch slapped. This is ridiculous that anybody that's accredited would be involved in any kind of claim like this. This just kind of goes to show, get an accredited agent, but keep a leash on them and understand what they're doing. This to me looks like, let's throw a bunch of stuff up against the wall and see what sticks, because I don't care about you, veteran, and I don't care about the outcome because it doesn't affect me because I get paid either way. So, keep that in mind. So moving back down to the 10%, service connection for right knee ACL tear, 0% effective. So got another one at 0. Service connection for hypertension is denied. Migraine is denied. It's funny, migraine. Somebody misspelled that or something. Service connection for left knee condition, also claimed as shin splints, denied. Service connection for depression, denied. Service connection for right knee ACL tear with repair is granted with an evaluation of 10%, effective November 25th. So combined rating is 20%. So all this effort, I don't know if this was something that just happened. So here we are a year later, maybe this took a year. So I put all this effort into this, whatever effort he put into it, even if there was no effort put in up front, definitely a problem waiting. Like you're checking e-benefits. Whoa, they're moving things around. They're looking for this. You got a CNP exam. So that effort, the stress, and he says he's got mental health problems. So even if you don't have mental health problems, for those of you guys that are wondering, there's little Clyde over there. When I had my GoPro shut on yesterday, I had him tucked over there for whatever, some corner and you couldn't see him. So this is the overhead cam and the Clyde cam. Good boy, Clyde. All right, so back to the screen share. Okay, so lots of stuff. He did walk away with a couple of wins here. And I can't, this is just a screenshot, so I can't write on this, and I'm live, so I'm not going to try to get all frustrated with it. So I'm just going to talk through this. So first thing we need to address is who helped you, veteran? They didn't help you very much. How involved were you with your own claim? I'm going to say not very much. It's fine. You get a chance to redo this. But you better pull your head out of your ass and start paying attention, because it's not going to get any easier. You eked out 20%. I think you wasted your time. You should have walked away with 100% permanent and total if you did this right, and the severity of your symptoms are there. So I'm going to make a bunch of assumptions here because I don't have much. And when you guys send me emails about this stuff, this is one of the reasons why I don't answer emails. I don't know. I don't look at your claim file. I don't want to see your claim file. I don't want to see your personal information because I'm not an accredited agent, and you shouldn't be sending me your social security number and access to your e-benefits account. And it's illegal. So, this is a reason why I can't really answer emails. I do my best in the comments, but there's so much more to these claims. You can't just, hey, yeah, great, just do this. I am going to do that a little bit here, but I'm going to explain where my head's at. So I'm going to assume this guy's been out for a couple years, and he didn't, I don't know anything about his claim history, so I don't know if he's, if it's been 40 years or 10 years or 5 or whatever. I don't know what evidence he submitted. By looking at this, I'm going with not much. Obviously, it wasn't much, so that's a safe assumption. He probably lacks an actual diagnosis in some cases. He might have one laying around in his service treatment records. He might have some diagnosis, like maybe sleep apnea. Maybe he has a diagnosis and got a CPAP machine, so he has a diagnosis. Things like that. But obviously, he's missing the nexus in all cases. So he has a problem with a diagnosis on some of these, I'm sure. And then he has a problem with a nexus on all the rest of these. And he eked out tinnitus, and he eked out the ACL tear. And while we're on this ACL tear stuff, right here, ACL tear with repair, that is basically, that verbiage is implying, it's another little trick the VA does.
Thanks for the super chat.
Thanks for the super chat, man. This is another trick that the VA does, ACL tear with repair. So they are assuming we fixed it and you're all better. Obviously, he needs to go in and talk about his symptoms, and I'm going to talk about that more too. But that is probably why he got 0% in one knee and then 10% in the other knee down here. Because the repair, there was different conditions or residuals or something like that. So moving on, with this particular claim, me personally, I wouldn't challenge this decision letter. I would just let this sucky claim die on the vine, and I would file a new claim. And this time I would use some precision. Take the path of least resistance, go for the high value claims, and use medical evidence from a private doctor to support your claims. He can appeal it, and I hope he doesn't appeal it blindly. Oh yeah, higher level review. Yeah, that's a complete waste of time. Nothing's changing. Supplemental claim, maybe if he goes out and gets a shit ton of evidence, that could help. I would just scrap it. This thing's just a big mess. There's way too many disabilities. He's got to get way too many nexus letters, way too many DBQs, way too many, severity of symptoms. I don't know how much he's been going to the VA for the last 20 years, if at all, for any of this stuff. So you want to focus in on a couple of things and get a win. And that was what the question was. Hey, I got 20%. Can I get to 50? Yeah, I see a couple of different ways to get way over 50 for sure. So some things that I do know by looking at this decision letter. So that was the first part, right? Ditch this thing, file a new claim. That's what I would do. You can argue, well, there's an effective date, and if he keeps appealing it, he'll get some back pay. This thing's dog shit. You don't get back pay from dog shit. Might be able to get a good lawyer involved and drag this out for 50 years, and maybe before you die, you'll get your back pay. I'd just file a new claim, send it on through, bite-sized chunks, claim for this, secondary to this, claim for this, secondary to that, and that's it. Make it easy. He obviously has a lot of problems. He's obviously in a lot of pain. He's got headaches. We know that he has mental health problems. He suffers from depression and anxiety, and that's normal. When you live in pain all the time, I live in pain all the time. It's all tied in. My life is miserable due to the pain, neck pain, back pain, feet pain. I wake up sometimes, and it's like I don't even want to move because I don't know what's going to hurt the most. If I lay here, then I'll just get like bed sore back pain, and I'll deal with that instead of trying to get up. And it hurts to go take a piss sometimes. It sucks. So I know what it's like. So I think that, and again, I'm making assumptions here. First one is this guy's old, and he's been out for a while. So with that in mind, secondary claims are the way that I would go with this. So if we're looking through here, we got tinnitus, where tinnitus is service connected in here somewhere. And then he has service connection for right knee ACL tear right there. And then, or maybe that's left, whatever. There's some knee pain and ACL tear and stuff like that. So he's got tinnitus. It says scars too. You might be able to do secondaries on scars. I wouldn't waste your time. So that's what you have to work with. In order to file a secondary service connection claim and fix your VA claim, if it's in this state, the easiest way to do it is by filing secondary claims, and they have to be logical. So I would go, he says that he filed a claim for migraines. So I would file a new claim, migraines secondary to tinnitus and the right and left knee tears, or whatever the knee tears are. The purpose for that is the pain in your knees and or the pain caused from your tinnitus can cause migraines. So I would go to a regular doctor, an MD doctor, general doctor, urgent care doctor, whatever, some kind of doctor that's able to say diagnosis of migraines, and get a diagnosis of migraines. It's best, that's a good place to start. It's best to find a doctor that will do a DBQ for you and your nexus, because you're definitely going to need that. You could get one of these internet doctors to do it. The VA's onto them, just letting you guys know. I slid through a year and a half ago. I think it's better to just do this, get to doctors near you in your state that you could drive to. They're out there, go find them. That's up to you to do it. You want to live with your shitty 20% rating, or you want to get to 100. That's up to you how motivated you are. So migraines, right? Have him write out a diagnosis, DBQ and nexus for migraines secondary to tinnitus and the knee conditions. Let the VA figure out which one they want to figure it out to, connect it to. Your nexus says that both of your service-connected disabilities caused or aggravated your migraines. So they could pick one, a knee or a tinnitus or both. Once your migraines are service-connected, they're just service-connected. So that's the first thing that I would do with this claim. Go get a diagnosis of migraines, DBQ, and nexus for migraines. Second thing I would do is go to a board-certified psychologist and get a diagnosis, DBQ, and nexus of somatic symptom disorder. That addresses the chronic pain. Major depressive disorder. His says depression. It's called major depressive disorder. And then GAD, generalized anxiety disorder. His says anxiety. They call it generalized anxiety disorder. And I would file that secondary to tinnitus and the knee conditions. Same concept here. MDD, SSD, and GAD, anxiety, pain, chronic pain, and depression can be caused by tinnitus or by the pain that's in your knees. This is a mental health claim. Shrink needs to fill out this paperwork for you. So now he's figured this out. Like, all right, cool. Found a doctor near me. Got a diagnosis, DBQ, and nexus for my migraines. Then found a head shrinker. got the same thing for him. Now he has two pieces of solid medical evidence. Um, the reason I would go this route is these claims, depending on a lot of things, we'll talk about severity of symptoms. Just filing these two claims could get him to 100, and then he's done. He doesn't have to worry about penile and testicular problems and the rest of his stuff. He's trying to get a higher rating, obviously. This can do it. So, if you file a mental health claim, this could be an extra 70% or 100, depending on severity of symptoms and how this has affected his work and social life. And then the migraines, depending on how much it causes him to lay down, once a week or more, 50%. Once, 3 times a month is 30%. Once a month or something is 10%. I don't have the rating criteria. Go look into the rating criteria. Go look up migraines and go look up mental health conditions. This is where you want to talk about all the jobs you got fired from, all your failed marriages, your drug and alcohol problems because you're self-medicating for 20 years and you have issues. You want to talk about your police record. You want to talk about how your kids have disowned you because you suck as a dad, and how you've, how it makes you feel. You've self-isolated because you hate people. You're miserable and you don't care about tomorrow, what's going on, what life has, and you just don't give a shit about any of that stuff. So doing it this way, in my opinion, gives him a good chance at either getting 100 or taking his 20 up, 50% with the migraines, and then he would probably end up with 70% for mental health. I don't know what that calculation is. I'd probably put him at 80 or 90 or something. But that mental health can easily go up to 100 if you have total social and occupational impairment. So keep that in mind. So let's just say he gets up to 80 or 90. Then the next step would be, all right, I want to go higher. 80 and 90, it's still too low. It's not enough. So then I would look back through here and I would be like, all right, cool. And let's just go on the assumption that the migraines got service connected and the mental health got service connected. So now he has sleep apnea left over. I'm just going to assume that he got a sleep study and a diagnosis. He needs to file that secondary to something. That might be a claim that he could do to get to 100. Sleep apnea secondary to mental health issues. That would be logical. Could be tinnitus. It could be a lot of things. Sleep apnea is one I would do, and because this is going to be round 2. I don't know. Maybe he's filed 6 claims already. So sleep apnea is one I'd go after. The back strain, that's pretty much going to have to be a direct service connection unless somehow he can do the back strain and go to an orthopedic surgeon and get a nexus explaining that his back is caused by his service-connected knees. That's logical. It's an orthopedic condition, though. So if you're stacking on back strain and you get 10% for it and you're already at 80 or 90, it's really not going to make a difference. If you're at 89, it'll literally get you to 90. That didn't do anything for you. It's not plus 10 points. And I'm not going to go into a big discussion about VA math. Shoulder dislocation, same thing. I don't know. I would probably skip that one. Direct service connection is the logical route. Depends on how long he's been out. I don't know how logical it is. I'm not a doctor, but a shoulder dislocation with repair secondary to your knees, that one doesn't really fly to me. I don't know if I'd waste my time with that. If you can get a doctor on board, that's different. Penile condition and testicular condition. I don't know if that's a loss of use kind of a claim. Maybe he's looking for a special monthly compensation K. He has erectile dysfunction. Maybe you'll get a 0%. Once that's service connected, you'll get a 0% for it, but you get paid an extra $120 a month or $140 or something. I don't have that right now. So it won't increase your rating, but it will give you extra money every month. That one might be a good one to go after while you do the sleep apnea. You might have not talked about the service-connected knee tears, and the 0% and 10% is low. Maybe you go to that same orthopedic surgeon and you get that stuff documented better, and try to get an increase on that stuff. Hypertension, that could be another secondary. Depression, we already covered. So this is kind of how I would look at this, and I'm going to put it back to the full screen here. And when you're looking at building your claim, how to fix your VA claim, you did what you did. We always get a chance to fix it. We could file a new claim, so that's like the first step. How do I fix my claim? I would ditch this thing because I think it's junk. Yeah, did he get 20%? Yeah, I mean, it's not 100% junk. He should have got 100. Again, not a doctor, never met him, don't know anything about his symptoms. But if he actually has total social and occupational impairment, he just totally screwed the pooch on this one. So I wouldn't challenge this one. I would just build a new claim. Migraines, mental health, nice and easy. Minimal effort. Then you just focus on building the migraines claim and the mental health claim, instead of doing the sleep apnea part and loss of use and hypertension and stuff like that. So let's take a few questions here. Thanks for the super chat. I just saw that come through wherever it is. I think I said thank you, but I want to throw it up on the screen and officially thank you. Oops. You can't see my little subscribe, so I'll hit it again. So if you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Click like on this video. Right now we're live. We got 77 people watching, 37 thumbs up, 1 thumb down. More like button, more likes, launch this up into the algorithm and tell YouTube this is worth looking at. And if you want to support me, I have a join button under every video. And I have a little program where you get a little avatar, $2.99 a month, and it feeds Clyde some biscuits. So that's the extent of my marketing stuff. Not much of a marketing guy. So let's pull some comments over and get into a few of them. Michael, what up? Jeff, what up? Mark, what up? What up, Rick? Got your email. What's up, Joseph? What up? What up? I have. Good question. From what I've learned about Twitch, I could do it. Building an audience on Twitch is a pain in the ass. It's a different animal, and the stuff doesn't rank. The way you build a following, like I would literally have to ask you guys, come on my YouTube live stream and then take it over to Twitch. I'm just going to focus on YouTube. They're owned by Google. They've been around since 1998. Twitch is in the middle of DMCA stuff going on that Google figured out like 8 years ago. So Twitch is a mess. I've thought about it. If you know that this would be a good idea, I would totally do it. But just I've spent a bit of time looking at Twitch, and I just don't think this demographic. And by the way, you guys, us, right? 52, like I'm the average age of this channel. It's like 45 to 75. So telling people that are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s what Twitch is, I mean, it's hard enough just to get you to YouTube. But appreciate it. You're late. Nobody's late. Had to refresh. Yep, YouTube's limited on streaming, but that's where we're at. It works. How does one get a rating deferred, yet raised in percentage at the same time, and then also awarded P&T? Unknown exactly what you're talking about. That's about 3 questions. Deferred means not enough evidence. A raise in percentage is a raise in percentage, and awarded P&T happens when you get to 100. If this is you, congratulations. You have nothing left to worry about. What's up from New Jersey? I'm in southeast Idaho. Soviet Russia claim fix you. I don't know. Is the sound low? I'm away from my mic a little bit. You tell me if the sound's low. Looks like my audio is doing pretty good, but the mic is definitely away from my mouth. My camera's focusing in on my microphone, so I moved it. So if it sucks, I apologize, and I will review this and fix it. Okay. If you're rated for suicidal ideation, depression, anxiety, etc., should I be rated at 70% for suicidal ideation alone? No, not necessarily. Suicidal ideation is a big topic, or whatever, a big category. That's something that's in the 70% and the 100%. And then there's suicidal ideation and thoughts, and then there's intent and plan and getting locked up 5150 style because you're so, like you're a risk to yourself or harming others. So there's a lot of levels of suicidal ideation. Just that alone does not necessarily mean 70%. It could, but I don't think that alone is enough. You need more stuff in there, but it could happen. So sorry for the non-answer. Okay, let's see. What's up, Christopher? Are these not going up? All right. You're at 93%. Okay. I'm just hopping in the middle of your claims. So, all right. The VBA issued 2 exams for same claim. IBS, one already completed last week. QTC, one scheduled for tomorrow. VES, is this out of the ordinary? That you got 2 CMP exams requested? No. That they're done by 2 different contractors? A little weird, but don't worry about it because it has nothing to do with who's doing the exam. It has to do with you talking about your disability and convincing the doctor that what you filed a claim for is what you filed a claim for. Who knows? Maybe you live on the border of something and VES territories here and QTC territories here and you overlap, or that would be my guess. Something like that's going on. I know nothing about the foreign medical program. I know what I know. Again, I haven't gone through any formal training or anything like that. I just pick up what I pick up. So I live in the United States. So I'm not familiar with all the different foreign programs and how CNP exams work out of the country and stuff like that. It's easier for me to relate to things that affect me, and I can, like, okay, I live in this state and I live in the cold and I live in a basement, whatever, that's worse. So I don't really know too much about the foreign medical program. All right. Who do I go to help me file? You're at 90%. You have PTSD, bilateral bone grafts, blah, femoral heads. Yeah, I would get a good accredited agent is where I would go. And you're at 90, so every point counts. So bilateral bone grafts, I don't know if you're service connected for all that kind of stuff. It sounds like you are. And you already have PTSD, don't know what your rating is. You do not need to go into your local VA regional office, the VA hospital, and pick from one of the 4 old dudes in there. You can pick any accredited agent in the country, and I suggest you do your homework. I've been a member of this Facebook group for probably, I don't know how long, but I'll put a link in the comment, and it's probably in the description already. And I don't want to pull up Google right now because I don't want to screw this live stream up. But that's a good Facebook group. Good people in there. There's some lawyers in there. There's some doctors in there and accredited agents, and, find somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. Yeah. Or a good VSO. How do you find a good VSO? Tough, right? Just the fact that you're asking yourself, let's go to the overhead cam. Just the fact that you're asking yourself, is my VSO going to be good? That is so much farther, because then you're not going to end up with what happened with this guy's claim, where just a bunch of stuff was thrown up against the wall. Again, I'm just assuming a VSO did this. This guy might have done it on his own. Either way, they both need to be fired. The veteran needs to fire himself and go get some help and listen to that help and go get the medical evidence. So vet your VSO. You're going to sign a power of attorney, but the moment that guy goes sideways, isn't responsive to you, doesn't sound like he knows what the hell he's talking about, I would fire him and get somebody that does. You should be able to talk to your accredited agent, and they should be able to answer all your questions and ask them trick questions. Hey, what do you think, VSO? You think I could just sail this one through with absolutely zero medical evidence? If that guy says yes, just fire them right there, because they're dumb. You cannot win a medical claim without medical evidence. Let's just go look in your service treatment records from the 70s. Maybe something will be in there. Maybe is not a strategy. Hope that helps you with that one. Is there an organization, law firm, or anyone that can help with that? Yeah, I'll put if the link's not in there, I'll put it in here right when I get off this stream. I can't remember what it's called. Veterans Claims Assistance Group, I believe. Like I said, lots of good advice in there. I trust it. It's free. It's a Facebook group, so you're gonna have to get a fake Facebook account. Don't never use your real name on Facebook. That's stupid. They track you enough. Get a fake Facebook account and get in there. And I get it. I'm an idiot when it comes to this stuff as well, but I'm into it now. Like, I understand it enough. But I'm just, I'm just talking. I'm a Combat Craig the Entertainer here. Okay, let's see. Yep, VFW, DAV, Purple Heart, Vietnam, Veterans of America. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. That's the way pain is. So that's why it's logical. You have to. It's illogical that you can't file a claim for your knee, and they know what the pain's going to be like for the rest of your life. It sucks that you just can't get, instead of a 10% lowball knee claim, you just get like 80%. You have to go through their hoops and file a mental health claim to account for the pain, the depression, and the anxiety. But yeah, it literally is a roll of the dice. What's my day going to be like? I'm just going to stay in bed because I don't know what it's going to be like, and I don't want to deal with it. Yep, we all understand the gravity of permanent and total benefits, regardless of your age and your family. And I see you talking to others. Permanent and total is huge. Make sure you do it right, and double check, triple check. I'm just a jackass in a cowboy hat. I'm one opinion. I'd go get 25. Take this seriously. Roll your sleeves up. If you're not good at law, get good at law, because nobody gives a shit about your claim except for you, guaranteed. These VSO, these consulting companies, these lawyers, guess where they're going to be in 5 years? Gone, not thinking about you. You're going to be sitting there holding your shitty rating. I don't care if you're not good at reading and understanding stuff. Get good. Get somebody close to you that could get good. Get your daughter or your son to get good. Somebody you actually like that can act on your behalf and you trust. They linked your migraines to TBI, logical link. Welcome to the club. Right on, Tom. Thumbs up. Our lives are not that much different, Donnie. That's the first thing that I realized when I started this YouTube channel. When I just started rambling and absolutely nobody was listening to me. It itself was therapeutic, and then people started watching, and it's like, dude, that's exactly what I'm describing. So I had to get better at describing how having a broken dick and erectile dysfunction, how bad that sucks. How bad it sucks being divorced twice, not having a job, wanting to beat the shit out of every human being that I see because I hate humans, hiding in a basement. I've got my 40 over there, my AR over there, my security cameras are being monitored up there, and I have security cameras around my house. And I live on an acre out in the country, and very few people are around, but that's just the way I am. I'm like paranoid, and I don't like going into places with people, and that's just where I'm at. So talking about this stuff, you're not alone. Believe me, a lot of us have these same mental health symptoms, but you got to get to a point where you can start talking about them. Yeah, they are crazy. I'm barely over. I'm at like 195. But yeah, I know guys in the 400s, 500s, 600s. Yeah, VA math it's a head scratcher. Tom has good advice. That's basically what I'm saying here. I think this guy should do migraines and mental health at the same time. I don't think it's going to be too much for a VA rater to take in, to be honest. But one at a time wouldn't be a bad strategy either. What's up, Pete? What's up, James? Yeah, that's it. And I'm totally into it.
For the super chat.
Thanks, James. I'm totally into the Twitch thing. I'm just, trying to. We're talking about like people that are older, and again, I'm 52, so it's not like I'm young. I'm at the low end spectrum of computer literate. Once you get up to 58, you get real computer illiterate real fast. And the majority of the people I talk to are in their 60s and 70s. And they're like, what the hell is a phone and a YouTube, much less what's a Twitch? So it's just going to, but, a Discord server is something I've considered. The YouTube commenting, sucks for sure. It's something I'm looking at. I just need to make sure that makes sense. At this point, I don't see it. What's up, Joseph? Now, it doesn't hurt to check up on your e-benefits daily. I would ask you why you're checking e-benefits daily. Nothing's going to change. If you're waiting on a decision letter, that'll come in the mail. Anything between you filing a claim and getting your decision letter is just noise. Hey, I shuffled it over to Sally, and then we moved it over here, and we ordered a CNP. Like, you don't even need to know. They'll call you for your CNP exam, and they'll mail you what you need. If they have questions, they'll call you and mail you, and then ultimately they will give you a decision letter in the mail. So that's what you want to watch. But no, if you're going into e-benefits, it's not going to affect your rating. It's not going to make them want to come after you. If you file an intent to file today, you're not really sure about this whole VA claim stuff, but you want to file one, but you don't know where to start. You can have an intent to file open all of the time. I have one open right now. If I feel like filing a claim, I have one back to last year sometime, and I'm going to have another one going. An intent to file does not trigger any kind of claim action. So be aware of that. Filing a claim, that's what opens up your claim. E-benefits, making sure your dependents are correct, and asking questions about healthcare and stuff like that. Stuff that doesn't have to do with claims, doesn't affect a claim. It's not going to piss them off or anything like that. And then an intent to file, that doesn't do anything either. It's not a claim. It's an intent to file a claim. It's a placeholder. And it expires every year. And it's up to you if you want to launch one every year and always have one ready. You're welcome for the reply. Oh, good. That's what the replay is for, brother. If you're already paying a third-party company, why are you here asking questions? Fire them. If you don't like what your third-party company's doing, fire them immediately. That's the first indicator. And, whatever, use your spidey sense, your gut feelings and stuff like that. Like if whoever you're working with is a jack-off, or you thought you were signing up with one person, Combat Craig, and all of a sudden I'm sloughing you off to some minion. But like, it's not going to get better. I promise you. Get out of your contract, fire their ass, and go find somebody where you're actually talking to the guy or the girl that's smart. You don't want to be talking to minions. This is your claim after all, right? Combat Craig at protonmail.com. I check it occasionally. It's really easy to switch your power of attorney over to a VSO or accredited agent. You can do that online through eBenefits. What's a little harder is if you decide to go it alone, which I did, and removing them completely. You actually have to fax in a letter, and I think I did it on a personal statement, and we'll do the Clyde Cam. I think I did it on a personal statement and said, hey, I don't want any more, whatever. AmVets is no longer representing me. I'm representing myself. And they make you jump through hoops, but you can get them all out of your account as well. But it's really easy to switch over from one VSO to another one. And this is really common. So, you don't need to be, you're not stuck just because I'm assuming you live in Georgia. You don't need to pick VFW in Georgia. You can use anybody in the United States. I'm not clear if that's the world, but you can use any representative in Seattle to whatever, Boston, Texas, Idaho, wherever you want. Get into a Facebook group, find out who the good VSOs are, and find out, hey, VSO, what happens if you get too busy? Do you just give me shitty service, or will you tell me I'm too busy to take on new clients? That would be a good question to ask them. What do you like when you get bogged down? How bad do you suck? Well, actually, I'm glad you asked. I suck pretty bad when I'm overloaded. Perfect. You might want to check out my friend Steve. He's taking new clients, and he can handle the workload. Those kinds of questions. Today's subject is, I don't even have it. How to fix your VA claim, Todd. I was showing a claim that has a lot of problems, and I was making suggestions on how to fix it, how to build medical evidence, how to find medical evidence to support your medical disability, because that's what it is, a medical disability. And a medical disability claim that impacts your life, your work, and your social life. You can't have enough security cameras. Little bit about security cameras that I've learned. Fun fact. I like a mixture of fixed cameras on all four corners. So they're just fixed and they don't blink. And then I also have 2 PTZ cameras that go around in zones. So the fixed cameras, like I said, they don't blink at all, but they don't get close up on everything. That's why I have the PTZs. So I have cameras, and the PTZs these days are all wired in through Cat5, and it's just like, go look over here, look over there, look over there. They're just spinning around. So, yep. Or just get more fixed cameras. They're cheaper. Wireless, wired is better than Wi-Fi. I know Wi-Fi is getting better. Whatever, we might be an LTE 5 or whatever the Verizon thing is. Wired in is always going to be better for security cameras. Then you have to think about where are they wired into, and can somebody snip the wires? So more things to think about. But if they're up snipping your wires, they're probably wasting precious time where they could be stealing your shit. What's up, Charlie? Yep. If you know somebody that knows how this stuff works, these guys that look at award letters, Dwayne Kimball, I can't remember what his company, he's on YouTube. Like, that dude used to be a VA rater. He knows this shit inside and out. He did the job for 13 years. I never did that job, but I understand the concepts. Like, he rated. Like, he totally understands it. So that's what I mean. You find these people, they actually go through classes and they're accredited and they, have to like pass certain hoops. And, I guess the accredited part, another part of it is I'm not going to go rip off veterans and charge them 15 grand for getting them an increase. So they have like, there's amounts of money they can charge you and not, rip you off. It's kind of remove the greed out of the equation. Yep, I take a lot of meds too. Be real careful um, how you talk about the medications and how much they actually help you. If your medications make you magically better, good for you. If they don't, I wouldn't make any kind of hint that that's what's happening because they'll use that against you. Veteran got better. Says meds made him happy today. Like that shit will just sit in your records forever. If they're non-accredited, they would they also be HIPAA compliant? Unknown. They're just not accredited, so there's no rules. They can do whatever the hell they want. They can say whatever they want, and they can do whatever they want. They can say they're HIPAA compliant, and you know what I mean. I don't know. No clue. I'm not a HIPAA compliant specialist, but that's one part of it. The way they handle your medical records. I can say I was involved with an organization that wasn't HIPAA compliant with my shit. And I'm not saying the VA is going to be any better. They probably do violations too, but they seem to keep that shit under lock and key better. What up, Tactical Ted? Yeah, they're still going on. Yes, the VA has gone to contractors. VES, LHI, QTC. I don't know if that's good or bad. I had good experiences at my last two. Obviously, my second to last one was my fault because I didn't prove my claim properly. And the last one's where I got 100% permanent in total. And that was a result of a good C&P examiner really giving me the benefit of the doubt. So I don't think outside contractors are really better, or they might even be better because you're not dealing with a VA employee. But we don't know. We'll find out. But they are still doing C&P exams. Yeah, I don't have it. I think it's like actually Tactical Ted gets it. How much is it? Oh, there it is. So SMCK for 2021 is $111. POA stands for Power of Attorney. Before any accredited agent takes you on as a client, you will sign a Power of Attorney. And that's the first thing that you should be aware of. When somebody has Power of Attorney over your stuff, they can act on your behalf. Usually they don't go rogue, but they could because you're giving them legal permission to do whatever they want to do. So just keep that in mind. They're supposed to be ethical and moral and all that kind of stuff, but they can do stuff on their own without your, whether you want it done or not. Is anyone having issues with trying to submit claims online?
Thanks for the super chat.
Thanks for the super chat. If you did that, usually e-benefits is like offline all weekend long. I'd try again. And if you're just trying now, unknown, call the 800 number. They would probably know. It's not like they advertise, hey, we got half of the e-benefits taken down, or va.gov fell off a cliff. Call the 800 number and ask them if there's some kind of technical issue or a way to get around it. Might be your browser. There are a million options. I'm not even going to speculate on that. Can you recommend a good letter for sleep apnea that would share their options to my letter? I'm not sure what that means. A good letter for sleep apnea. You need a Nexus letter. You need a doctor. I don't know. You don't need a sleep specialist. It's not going to hurt, but you need somebody that's qualified to diagnose and talk about sleep apnea. I'm not exactly sure what kind of MD doctor that is, like a podiatrist is for the feet. I don't know what kind of sleep specialist doctor needs to talk about sleep apnea. Maybe a general doctor can do it. I'm not sure. But if you're doing a sleep apnea claim, your nexus is everything. So you're asking the right questions. I don't have an answer for that. Those ACE reviews, they should be, no, I don't know how long they take, but it's a medical records review. So if they're saying they're going to do that, it should, in theory, take shorter than the CNP exam, because they don't need to schedule the CNP exam, get the results for the CNP exam. They just need to do this records review, but no clue how long those take. Oh yeah, you used Spinweber, I think. Yep. So yeah, Tactical Ted used a sleep apnea specialist out of San Diego, I believe, and she will do these write-ups. So yeah, she charged him $800, and the price went up to $1,000. And if that's what you need, and that gets you to 100% PNT, perfect. Just remember, she is an internet doctor, and they know who she is. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's just a fact. Yeah, 4K PoE, expensive upgrade, but it's just nice when everything's 4K. It's like you just get to watch everything around your house, every bug creeping around. It's just nice being able to have good vision, especially at night, because 1080 sucks at night. I mean, it's passable, but yeah, 4K cameras are going to be way better at night. Okay, let's see. Okay, so yeah, I'm hopping in your guys' conversation here. Sorry. So yeah, you used a sleep apnea specialist, got denied, higher level reviewed it, and you won, which is what a higher level review is for. So, oh, this guy showed up with a specialist as medical evidence. The rater's like, still denied. And then Tactical Ted's like, fuck you guys, review it again. And he won it. So that's what higher level reviews are for. So yeah. And then he went back after he was 100% permanent and total. And he's like, I'm going to go get something for my broken dick. And he won his special monthly compensation K. That's why he knows it's $111 a month. Good to see you, Ted. I haven't talked to you in a while, man. Yep, that's another thing. Yeah, if you have Wi-Fi cameras and Ring doorbells and stuff, they can get clogged up. Hardwire it in, you'll be in good shape. Yeah, this is, I would fill the DBQ out even though it's expired. Go take a look. It's not the law yet, but there's a gigantic omnibus VA law bill or whatever that should be signed. I mean, it could get vetoed or not signed or whatever, but it's passed the Senate and the House. And that's one of the things about the DBQs is don't take them off the website, update them. And then if a veteran uses one that's expired, you need to accept it, because you letting them expire and then saying it's the veteran's fault is not acceptable on the law. And I detail that in a video, but I'm not launching that video until it becomes law. I will keep it up. Oops. Now, I haven't seen many vertigo claims personally. This is where accredited agent comes in. Google it. I did make a video about it, but I did it more to just kind of, point you guys in a direction. They exist and you can get a rating for it. But, get to a doctor, go look on the blogs, all that kind of stuff. I personally don't have any experience with vertigo, but again, it's kind of like I don't have it, so I don't really know about it. Damn, big $25 Merry Christmas. Clyde, you're going to get some meat now. That might be a little steak for Clyde back there. Thanks, Bo. Appreciate it, man. That does sound about right, though. Vertigo claims are lowballed and don't get you much. I would, as I'm limited on my knowledge, I would probably be aware, like it would have floated into my, brain if it was a high value claim. Not saying that it can't be, but just I haven't heard much about it. So usually when I don't hear about stuff, it's not something that's like winnable, logical, and really worth going after. Yeah, no, staggering's one of them. Okay. You're a bit confused on a DBQ. No, you do not fill them out. Your doctor fills them out. You can hand them the form and say, hey, can you fill this out for me? Yep. A DBQ is a disability benefits questionnaire, and it's there to document the severity of your symptoms. So you cannot fill it out because you're not a doctor. I mean, you may think you could fill it out, but I'm telling you, don't fill it out. You're not a doctor. You can explain the DBQ and maybe write your symptoms down. I mean, I guess you could walk into your doctor and be like, "Hey, I got all these. Do you agree?" That might work. But at the end of the day, the doctor needs to fill out that DBQ, sign it, and have his doctor number. I can't remember what that thing's called. Prove erectile dysfunction. You can do, if you have erectile dysfunction, the first thing you need to do is talk about it and complain about it and get a diagnosis of it somehow. Like I think I complained about it the first time, probably 5, 6 years ago, and they prescribed me a penis pump. I was like, great, that thing didn't work. Where's the Viagra? So that is a form of proof. I have a diagnosis. I got the pump. I got the pills. So that's one way to do it. I'm sure you can go to a private doctor and do it that way as well. The other part is what caused your erectile dysfunction. Is it because you're taking depression meds? It says right on the bottle that they cause erectile dysfunction. That's a good way to prove it. I am not following that claim and not planning on it. So that's about the best I can give you, man. Yes, they do take private DBQs. They never stop taking them because they can't, because it's illegal. It's medical evidence supporting your claim. The VA can't just say no, we don't accept it. Again, I made a video about it. I'm pretty sure they're going to make this law because it was bullshit what the VA Secretary Wilkie did and his clan of clowns over at the VA. It was just confusing to pull them off the website and replace it with nothing. So Congress passed they passed it, but it's not law yet. But it was like, you can't do that anymore. Put them back, keep them up, update them. And if you're going to make changes, we want to see what the changes are. And a system needs to be in place instead of nothing. And then they're going to get an OIG report once a year for the next couple of years. Yep, don't have any. Actually, I think I have one person that was on the Bones Brigade. I got Tony Hawk's signature back there, maybe and Cab. So I got a couple Bones Brigade members on my wall. All right, cool. Been at it for just under an hour. Go for one more overhead shot here. You guys, hopefully this gave you some information about fixing your VA claim. It's not the end of the world if you've wasted your time. The goal is to waste as little time as possible, especially with the way things are right now. Things are taking longer. It sucks. So you want to waste as little time as possible. You want to get in and out and disengage with the VA and get your 100% permanent and total as quickly as you can, so you don't have to worry about dealing with them and their stupid rules and laws and all that. So with that, I will see you guys in a couple days before Christmas for sure. But Merry Christmas if I don't see you. But I will see you. All right. You guys have a good day.